Solve the following. Sketch the solution on the number line and give the answer in interval notation. We have 4 times in parentheses x minus 1 minus 3x greater than negative 15 minus in parentheses 2x plus 1. Okay, the first thing we should do is we should simplify this, right? Remember, we want to essentially isolate x. We want to get x by itself on one side here. Okay, but before we can do that, okay, we should simplify both sides as much as we can. Okay, so whenever we see these parentheses, we know that we should distribute, right, whatever is in front of the parentheses. So for this first one, we'll distribute the 4. So 4 times x is 4x, and 4 times negative 1 is minus 4. Okay, that minus 3x just stays the same. We'll do this step by step, okay? On the right side, okay, we see the parentheses, but what's in front of it? Well, there's no number, but we can assume that it's negative 1 in this case, right? So essentially, each term here should be multiplied by negative 1. So that becomes minus 2x minus 1. So we see here that at this point, we've sort of gotten rid of all the parentheses, right? We've distributed every parentheses. Now we can combine any like terms on each side, right? So let's look at the left side. And we can combine 4x minus 3x, which is just 1x, and minus 4. And on the right side, what can we combine here? We can combine negative 15 minus 1. And negative 15 minus 1 is negative 16, and then minus the 2x. So we have 2 terms on the left and 2 terms on the right. So now we have to start moving terms around, right, from one side to the other, using the properties of equality. Okay, now most students do like the x to be on the left side, so I'm going to take this negative 2 and then I'm going to add 2x to both sides. Okay. By doing so, the x's cancel out on the left, so I get 1x plus 2x, which is 3x, minus 4 is greater than negative 16. Okay. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. I end up with 3x. Right? The negative 4 plus 4 cancels out, right? So I get 3x is greater than negative 12. And the last step here then will be divide both sides by 3. Okay. Now notice this is not a negative 3, right? We're not dividing by a negative 3. So we don't need to switch the direction of the inequality. Right? So what does that mean? Our final answer is just going to be x greater than negative 4. Okay. So when we draw our number line, let me put 0 just for reference and put negative 4 here on the left side. Okay. Because we're strictly greater than negative 4, right, we should have an open circle at negative 4, and we want to denote all the numbers that are greater than negative 4. Well, greater than means going to the right. Okay. All the numbers, as you go to the right, they get larger and larger, so our graph should look something like this. Okay. In interval notation, right, the interval represents the smallest number in the interval and the largest number in the interval. The smallest, the graph should sort of give you an idea of what the interval is, right? Okay, the interval is negative 4 with parentheses, comma, infinity.